Hey guys, welcome to 3 Mississippi. Sid here. Thanks for clicking on the video. Goosey says hi too. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our guardian livestock dogs, why we have them, what their history is, and how I'm working with them. I'm also going to share with you some other little things that I'm trying out around the farm and let you know how they're working for me. Right now, these two are in with the goats, and of course, Rico, the rooster. Goosey's really bonded to Rico specifically. He's really good with the goats, and his personality is such that he's going to be staying with the goats. Nash is actually going to be moving over with my fowl, and she's going to be their protector. She has a little bit of a more gentle temperament. She's a little bit more, so far at this young age, is listening a little bit better than he is. He's going to require a little bit more training and work than she will overall. Just different personalities, different nature to them. Also, you know, her being a female, him being a male, there's always that little difference as well. Anatolian Shepherds originated in Turkey. They were brought over here in the 1960s. In Turkey, they're called Kangal Shepherd dogs. Here, they're called Anatolian Shepherds after the region of Turkey that they're from. They are a fiercely protective dog. They are loyal, they are hard workers, and they will grow to protect your family and your flock. Your establishment. Now, these dogs get quite large, which is one of the reasons why they were used to protect from wolves and bears and men trying to steal other people's livestock. They have an extremely well insulated and thick, dense coat, which allows them to regulate their body temperature really well, because there's temperatures there that range from very, very, very cold at night to very, very hot during the day. So they're very good at regulating their own temperature that way, which is a wonderful thing for in the South, because as you know, we get hot and cold depending on the time of year. Their thick skin and thick coat also helps protect them against attacks when they are defending their herd or their flock. These dogs' nature is to protect. They have been bred specifically for that. They will protect and alert their area that they deem to be theirs. Some of them have a tendency to want to roam a little bit, and so giving them an area that they can run a perimeter and that they can do their checks on is important, which we do perimeter runs several times a day. I take them each and do perimeter checks with them and work on their training commands. Now, you can't just take these guys out here, throw a puppy in with your birds, throw a puppy in with your goats, and expect them to figure it out. They do require some training. You remember, these dogs are going to get big, and right now they're puppies, so they like to jump, they want affection, they want to play. We encourage that to a point, not the jumping part. When this dog gets to be bigger than me, I don't really want it jumping up on me and trying to knock me over just because it's excited. So we're working on the no jumping thing when they get excited. These dogs are very sensitive too in their training, so you want to make sure that you're using positive reinforcement, you're very clear with your commands, and so they know what is expected of them. So I try to use clear terms when I'm working with them, show them when they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I correctly put them in the correct spot. and I get them to do whatever the command was I gave them again. Now these guys are young. They're only 13 weeks old. They have a long time before they're really going to be doing an amazing job at protecting, but the training starts now. So we're working on, of course, socializing them with all the different animals we have on the farm, with not only with our house dogs, obviously with the goats, the birds, Mr. Bunko, the barn kitty, and of course us. We want them to be friendly with us. We want them to know that we belong to them, you know, that they are to protect us too. So with working with me, and Mike will go in there sometimes with me or without me. Him and Frankie went in there the other night and put the pups up and brought the other dogs in there to check everybody out, and had a little bit of a little party, all of them. They really do. They want your approval. They like that positive reinforcement. And because these are going to be big dogs, not that I would, if it was a Chihuahua, I still wouldn't want to be kicking it or smacking it or anything like that. I want these dogs to understand that, yes, I am dominant over them, that they have to listen to my commands, but in a good way, that they're not to be scared of me in any way, because I want them to be protective of me, not fearful of me. They're already showing really good signs of alerting. Follow. Hold. Hold. Nope, sir. Good boy. Follow. Follow. Too far ahead. Good boy. Follow. Hold. Hold. Good girl. Follow. Hold. Follow. Hold. Good girl. Hold. Good girl. Follow. Hold. Hold. Good girl. So guys, this little red hen, this Rhode Island Red, she's an absolute jerk. I just put Nash in with the birds, and the first thing she did when Nash walked in the coop was jump at her and attack her. So this is what's gonna happen. I put her in here with Rico, and I knew he was gonna be after her, of course. She's a little young, but it's fine. But maybe it'll settle her down for a little while. Everybody's checking out the new edition of the Red. She's not loving it so much, but she'll settle down. Coos. Coosy! Don't. He's just got the zoomies. She just happens to be in the way. I'm checking her out. Well, hi, Anne. That's Coosy. He's like, let's play, guys. Let's play. It's a good test for him, too. See, she's just a jerk, dude. She's just a jerk. She's like a dominant style hen. Like I've seen her like back up like a roo and attack other birds, the dogs. Like that's just how she is. Hi, did you give me kisses, Mama? Did you give me kisses? Hi. Sweet baby. I love you. Sweet Caroline. And Rico's actually being gentle with her. Like, of course, he had his follies with her when she first came in. Oh, but see, like, she kind of, see how she is? She just attacked him. But she's attacked Rico several times now, and he's, like, left her alone except to defend himself when she's attacked him. And she keeps going back over to him. Like, she's just kind of a jerk. And then Coosy is very protective of Rico. So he doesn't like the fact that she keeps attacking him, so he keeps barking at her every time she gets close to him and going and standing over there and kind of getting her away from him. But he hasn't like attacked her, of course, but this is what he's, see? She's just a jerk. You're a jerk. You're a jerk, ma'am. You're a jerk. You have this whole area You really have to stay over here and just take everybody off, don't you? I feel like you're gonna be a soup. If you can't straighten up, you're gonna simmer. That's what's gonna happen. You tell him, Rico. Say, I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentleman and she's rude. I know, sir. I know. She's rude. I'm so sorry. I know. She attacked you a lot. Poor baby. And Koosie's over here like, I'm just trying to protect my buddy. So it's been a couple weeks. So it's time to refill the stock tank. So I scooped a bucket out. I fished out all the goldfish and put them in the bucket with a scoop of the old stock tank water. I went and picked up a scrap piece of copper from the hardware store. And I told him what I was doing with it. And because the pipes I saw out there were like for hot water heaters, like the big valves. They were about this length, some of them, but they were like 50 bucks. I got this scrap because it was dented and all messed up. I got this scrap for $4. And so I feel like that was a win. And if it works, it's a really big win. Rico's trying to eat in there with Dan right now. This is every morning occurrence. He's got to get in there and get his fill too. So we'll see if this trick works. It's supposed to be a natural antimicrobial. It's supposed to help reduce the algae and keep it a little bit cleaner longer. I've also got the little tablets in there that are supposed to help keep the water clean. I also net it out at least once a day. You know, the tablets helped, the goldfish helped. I hadn't had to empty and scrub the stock tank since we got it filled up here with the animals. So, I mean, it did pretty well, and it wasn't, to be honest, it wasn't that bad when I just cleaned it out, but it needed it. It was starting to get real murky, and it wasn't that bad, but it was not great, so it was time to clean it out. So we're gonna test this copper, and I know a lot of you were mentioning the solar pumps. Yes, if this doesn't work, I'll try that. If we have to do a water for the sheep because they're not going to necessarily be by a body of water, then I may look into doing something like that for them. But I'm not worried about the copper levels in the water. I looked into that to see if the leaching was a big issue with the copper pipe. It's really not. So I'm not overly concerned about that. So we'll see how this works. And it's another morning on the farm. Everybody's been fed and watered. Good morning, Coos. But I wanted to give you guys an update on the copper situation of the stock tank. It's so clear that all you can see is that tree and floating goldfish, but it's so clean right now. So I literally just emptied it, scrubbed the tank out with bleach and refilled it. It had been a little over a week since I added that copper pipe right there to the water. But when I added the fish back, I ended up getting a little bit of the fish water in there, and so it transferred algae basically. And so it did not last very long, even though I put the tablets and stuff in it. So this time what I did was I completely strained out the water before I added the fish back, and basically just added them back by hand, like one at a time, to keep from dumping algae and debris into the clean water. And I started out with 25 and I have 15 now. A couple of them I found dead, I think it was about 4 of them, and the rest, I don't know what happened to them. They just disappeared. I don't know if Rico went fishing or what, but somehow a few more of them disappeared. I'm gonna give this a few days. I am gonna order a solar aerator just to see if it helps too, but in the next few days I should know if this copper pipe is really helping or not. So that's the update. It didn't seem to work well this week, but that is my own fault because of the way I added back the goldfish with some of their water, because I was trying not to shock them. But I think the more important thing is to try to keep the tank clean and not worry about the goldfish are pretty resilient, believe it or not. So I'm just not going to worry about that as much. And I'm just going to focus on, you know, when I transfer them, just transferring them by hand. Rico, how are you doing, handsome? Hi. Are you going to peck me? You're trying to peck the camera. I know. You're so handsome. Hi. I know. Sir. Sir. Do you have a moment to talk about your car's extended warranty? I've been trying to reach you. So the other thing I've been doing this morning is, you can see the nesting boxes are sitting outside the coop. It's been a while, so today's the day that I gutted the coop completely. Now I clean their coop every day, but today I took out all the stuff and I hosed out the inside, hosed out the walls, and just cleaned it out completely. So now I'm gonna add my pellets back in. So guys, these are the equine pine pellet bedding that I've been using in here, and then I scoop out the poopage every day. But 2 bags in here is pretty good and lasts me about 3 to 4 months, depending on how much time they're kind of spending in the coop. But you gotta wet it down really well. My girlfriend showed me a trick. The first time I did it, I didn't get the pellets wet enough, so I had a problem with kind of covering everything and having them turn into powder the way they're supposed to. She told me this trick that she saw online about making a slit in the bag, putting the hose in the bag, and then like completely filling the bag with water, and then opening it and dumping it. So I'm gonna try that trick this time. The last time I did it, I did hose everything down a lot more thoroughly, and it did work a lot better than the first time that I did it. So we'll see if this makes it even better. Make a nice little hole in here. And just start filling this bag up with water. She said she did this trick and it worked really well, so we're gonna give it a shot. But I will say this, I have been very happy with using the pellets in here. I feel like I need a better scooper to use in here. I've been using a long-handled kitty litter scooper, and a lot of the poop still kind of breaks up and comes through here. I feel like I need something a little bit better that will only allow that stuff to come through. But you can see it's already starting to break apart and turn into mush on the top here. And this company, you know, I'm not working with them or anything, but Equine Fresh, they are made in the USA, which I like. The feed that I use for my animals is a local feed mill. So I do, like, I try to source things that are, you know, either made in the USA or close by, if I can. I've cleaned it out, I'm going to use some of my Primo Guard poultry spray in here, because this is nice, fresh, clean bedding, nice, fresh, clean boxes, and we'd like them to stay that way for as long as possible. So I do like to start out with a good coat of this on everything, plus it helps kind of keep the coop clean smelling. I do this, you know, every few days I'll kind of come in here and spray it down again. And so far, since using this and these pine shavings, my chicken coop has not smelled like a chicken coop. I mean, it doesn't get bad. And it has been hot. Okay guys, so here is the cleaned out, rebedded coop. The girls are already antsy to check it out. Got the nesting boxes cleaned off and cleaned out. All the carpets are nice and clean in there. But there it is, and it smells good in there now.
Well, yeah, she's asleep on the job with her birds. And there's that one red. She's in exile. I had her in with Rico and the goats and everything, and she managed to get out, and now she's just FreeBird. That's her name, FreeBird. Because she's reckless and wild and doing her own thing, and she's kind of not very nice. So I may catch her at some point and make soup, but for now I'm just letting her do her thing.